Commitment. A commitment can change your life, and it will. It most definitely will. I've made a lot of commitments. Commitment can come in the form of a goal. If you'd like to see some specific commitments and goals, I actually made a video called Goals. It's about 5 minutes long. And I set some really big goals, and I made some really big commitments. And I don't just call them goals, I call them God goals, because in order for some of the stuff I could maybe do on my own, but in order for any of that stuff to really happen, I've got to be completely surrendered to God. Like, my ego, there's no way I can figure this stuff out. And it feels pretty good to know that, you know. I can always just tell my ego, you know, if I'm too much in my head and not so much in my heart, I can just say, hey, guess what? You remember this? It's not your job to figure it out anymore, so just let go and let God. So commitment is life-changing. Some recent commitments for me: I am on day 9 of a 40-day fast, which is like what, you know, Jesus and a couple of other characters in the Bible did. And it's a big thing. For me, it really had nothing to do with, like, you know, health benefits and, you know, benefiting my body or losing weight or any of that stuff. Although I'm sure, you know, that stuff just comes as a secondary effect, more than likely. But the reason I made that commitment is it's to walk with God in a way that I never have before in my life, because I am now fully surrendered to Jesus Christ. And I was raised as a Christian, but the sense that I got from what I was being taught and from the way people were living, you know, as I went to church and all of this stuff, was that people were talking about God, but they were always putting God outside of themselves. And they were missing some of the most important parts of what God is, which is, you know, you can start with the simplest thing. God's name is I Am. So that means whenever I say I am something, that's what I'm welcoming into my experience, whether it's something I dislike or something I like. And when you really commit to that, your internal language, you start to police that shit, because it has to change. You can't just say, oh, I'm poor, and then just not do anything about it. Because when you do that, you're perpetuating that state. And if that's an undesirable state, then why would you want to keep on perpetuating it? So it says in the Bible, let the weak say, I am strong. Well, let the poor say, I am rich. And I'm about out of time for commitment. I actually made another video on commitment, so you can look that one up. This will be commitment 2.